Hello there, what's the story, what's the crack, how are you all keeping? This is the ThePandaPuncher, yes, ThePandaPuncher. Welcome back to Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. I think this is part 5 or so now, and things are going relatively slowly, to be perfectly honest. We're well sorted for food and all that crack, and we have our initial workshop area nicely set up. We have the living quarters that are now practically finished. It might be time to start actually smoothing a few of these out, but I'm going to wait for the first big migration wave and then deal with that. And you know, anyway, so yeah, we'll start smoothing stuff out once we have a few extra hands to help us out. And I think this was all a big bunch of silver that we were mining. But anyway, back to this, and yes, we're nearly finished mining out our second workshop area. This one's primarily dealing with furnaces, smelting and all this kind of stuff, so we can get our silver industry up and running. So I dug out a pile of extra workshops because this is where I actually build them all. Due to the fact that you never know when you're going to get a, what would you call it? A fey mood, strange mood, blah blah blah. So it's good to have all the shops down, or all the workshops down that you can, so that you can either have the shop available for them, or you can then go and easily create the stuff they might need that might be missing from your stockpiles. And yeah, there's nothing worse than losing a potential artifact, a masterpiece, etc. due to the fact that you didn't have any cut gems, which is why you should always have a jeweler set up somewhere, even if it's outside or something. Just have all the workshops available, and that way you're sort of never, not that you're never caught short, but it's more difficult to be caught short. Kitchen. I don't really need a kitchen, but I'm building one anyway, because I have all these little places to fill. This kitchen, fishery, go there. What's next? Ashery. And we'll actually go through a lot of these shops once they're built and set up sorry, and set up some basic workflow items, so we have at least one or two of everything, essentially. D for the dyer needs lime milk free bucket. So okay, we'll get that. Needs an empty bucket, right? JMQ wooden bucket. Get 10 of them. There we go. So hopefully all that'll get done relatively quickly now that the mining is done, everything else is done. So it's basically just taking care of the jobs that we already have set up, and it might be worth thinking about mining out a second set of, or the fourth and final set of bedrooms on this floor. It might be the final set of bedrooms on this floor. If you follow the cursor, it might, you know, do corridors along the back of these bedrooms and hook everything up, and then we can have more rooms here and here and here and here. So you could really bulk the floor out, but we'll see what happens. So yes, all the beds are installed, so that means we should build a door. Go into planning mode for this one. And away we go. So that should be every single room with a door, or at least a door on the way, which also means we can, there, all rooms already. That's not, I love this bit. Right, so now if we go into, isn't it Z, additional options from DF Hack, take a look at bedrooms. So we have totally 53 beds, built 42, 11 unbuilt, bedrooms 42, owned bedrooms 14, unowned 28, 0 units of the bedroom. So there's a couple of relationships there, because we only have 14 owned beds, but that's 2 extra dwarves that haven't been allocated, which means they're bunking up. So they are. That's nice to see. Since we're down here, we could trying to remember now the exact pattern I employed for this. Yeah, it seems about right. So it does. It's going to do the trick anyway. Well, I'll obviously double check it before I let them through to mine it, because if it was not an exact mirror of the above quarter, this fort will not continue, because I could not live with myself for, you know, doing that. Even this actual design is wrong compared to the design I actually wanted to go with. So it is, which makes me kind of sad, because these rooms don't look as well as the other ones. Which is... okay, it is interesting to try something new every now and then, but, you know, the beauty about Ascii is that you don't really have to try anything new. The game makes it look awesome for you without the effort. So that is right, isn't it? Yeah. Risk it. There we go. I think though, for any potential future Let's Play or whatever we want to call it, I would want to possibly think about using a square Ascii tile set. Just to add that wee bit of uniformity to things, because when you do a 3x3 square and it looks like a rectangle, it sometimes does get on your nerves. So that was coffins that just finished. That was a little noise. So I want to build one of them. So it's a burial receptacle. Let's go for planning mode and see how many we use up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 8, 12, 16. More than enough. Done. Done and done. Now it's just a bit of a waiting game, to be honest. I know the last episode wasn't thrilling in terms of, you know, what happened in the world, but again, that's just Dwarf Fortress. I mean, sometimes a short period of time goes by where not a lot happens. So yeah, you're just gonna have to live with it. Things we have to consider: we have to do religious areas, a library, temple, noble bedrooms, all that kind of stuff. Let's just check our nobles. And yeah, everybody is doing what they're supposed to do stock-wise. We have piles of drink, we have some seeds, we have meat, fish, and quite a bit of plants. Things going smoothly. It's probably due time for a caravan, unless I'm forgetting that we had one. That doesn't sound right. So I'm going to assume it hasn't come yet. So and then we have our initial defences being built here as well. So they're going to be 2 high. First level walls, second level fortifications. Then build a little walkway so we can have archers up on the wall shooting down. And then we'll fire a lock of traps there at the gate entrance as well. And that should cover the basics for the most part. I'm not too sure what kind of area this was. I think it's Untamed Wilds, as far as I know. It's either Untamed Wilds or Wilderness. So there is the chance of the odd... oh, creature blocking site. That's probably just a dwarf. So I'm pretty sure we don't really have anything here. Yeah, the outpost liaison. Where is he? Why are you in my goddamn... Might be worth thinking about setting up a tavern, but then you're annoyed with... I mean, I like the tavern idea and having people come to visit and then sometimes petition you to join, but sometimes you just get about 10,000 petitions in a row and you couldn't be arsed with that carry on. It's fucking ridiculous. So it is. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, so those set of bedrooms are now complete. So that means we shall build bed. Planning mode, please. And away we go. And then once all the beds are in, we can then put in some more doors. And that should do us for a good while. Because you think about that's what, 14, 28, 56 bedrooms? We only have 16 dwarves. We're good for a migration wave or 2. Unless you get one of those crazy mental 30 plus migration waves, which at this moment in time I wouldn't be against because I have a lot of stuff I want to do. Oh, what the hell happened there? That is a weird noise. Falthrium has grown to become a gander. And it sounded like he was dying whilst doing it. So he did. He sounded like death. Death, death, death. So yeah, our only source of water is currently frozen. It's probably going to be a good idea at some point to tap into a cavern and make use of any water supplies we find. The other thing I want to do by tapping into a cavern actually is another source of trees, possibly. So we'll go down to level 100. Surprised we haven't broken it. Ah, are you serious? Didn't want to remove designation. God damn it. I actually haven't played this game in a few weeks, simply due to the fact that, you know, Christmas and other games that I've been playing and laziness. So, forgive me for some rustiness. Actually, to be honest, I don't really care if you give me that. I forgive myself, that's the main thing. So it is. That is the main thing. There's no point us sitting here looking at that blank square. But then again, there's no point us looking really anywhere because nothing is happening. So a few things have been built down here. So let's see if there's anything we can queue up. Add new task. Make leather armor actually. Repeat. I want to have at least... what would you call it? 15 to 20 leather armors about. That'll do your archers nicely. Is there anything else we want to bother grabbing here? Make some leather quivers. Keep 5 to 10 about of them. Add... yeah, we'll get 1 or 2 bags always hanging about. Yeah, but we don't want 5 to 10. We'll take 2 to 4. So that's everything for that shop. Loom. I think that's automatic tasks. And then once we break through into that cavern, we can sort of feel other things out. Not too worried about getting anything out of that yet. Not construction suspended, like about not suspended. Farmer's workshop. Process plants, make cheese, milk animals, shear animals, spin thread. Nothing in there I really need right now. Kitchen, waiting for construction. Fishery. Process raw fish, extract from raw fish, capture live fish. Masonry, nearly done. Metalsmith forge, killing. Ooh. What can we add here? Collect clay. Repeat until you have 5 to 10, and then we'll get you to do something with said clay. There's the glass furnace. Collect sand. We're probably going to get messages that they don't have a sand source, so we need to set that up probably, but right, do we have any smelters done? No. Is anything else suspended? I don't think so. It's just waiting. Lots and lots of waiting. But everything seems to be going grand here. And apologies if you hear any loud sort of cracks, but I have something that's close to the radiator, and the radiator's on, so it's making the plastic sort of warp and snap and all this kind of fun stuff. Oh, most of them beds got built already. We do have... oh, all our coffins are done, so use for burial, use for burial. Do you want to allow pets? No. That's just stupid. Shouldn't get attached to your pet in the first place. Then you wouldn't want to bury him. So you wouldn't. You know, I think, to be honest, it is time to smooth out this dining room. May as well, this is where everybody comes to visit in the first place anyway. So, not that we have that many idlers about, we are pretty busy. But sure, let's get it started. Because I love how Ascii looks when everything's smoothed out and just, yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very good. Struck. Oh, that's right. We are digging down. So let's see how that's going. So we haven't struck anything yet, but then obviously it would tell us if we broke through into a cavern. We did have a caravan, now that I remember. No valid sand collection zone. Right, so what is it? It's red sand. Brilliant. So if we go to A, and we'll make this area here a sand. Yeah. Sand zone. And now we need clay. That's a lean silt loam wall. What's... You've discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. It does look actually... Okay, fair enough. Ooh. Now that's an interesting shape. It splits into two, massive water source. A couple of nice flat areas with lots of trees. Awesome. I mean, it's actually like nearly what you'd expect the top of a mountain. Like, say, for example, here is like the peak. You've got some plateaus and everything's falling down to the sides, and you go down a level and you've got some more flat land. It's like an ordinary map area, but underground. I like it. It's actually, this is by far my favourite cavern yet, unless some sort of fucking wild beast comes through it and murders everyone that I know. So, how do you want to deal with this? Where DX, cancel these designations. Done and done. So, we would probably want to either come out here or here. So, if I do this, go up. Can't do that. Let's cancel DI, sorry. So yeah, we can do it here. Yeah. Go up, up, up. There we go. And then get just an ordinary little path to it. And then we can utilize this at some point. Resume. So it's good to know we have a massive source of underground water. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. It will be utilized at some point as just simply a well for our medical needs and various bits and pieces, and making sure animals don't die of thirst. But we could do our experiment, because I've never done it before, experiment with moving the water and flooding some caverns and growing some stuff underground, which I think might be a fun thing to mess about with. But yeah, need to declare somewhere silt loam. Is that, you know what, that's one way to find out. If we go A and do that, 0 clay. Okay, so we need to find clay somewhere. Can't remember if I spotted clay at all. Oh. Silty clay loam wall, there we go. So in that case then, let's is there not somewhere else that has a bigger supply of this shit? Down level, there we go. Right, so D, and no, there's one off. I need to get rid of that before a mistake is made, or it becomes permanent. And another thing we could utilize this space for, and I may as well do it since I'm here, is if we do that, but then actually do that. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, 10. And that's how you count to 10, children. So this will be this will be 20 little slots overall, and this will be for nest boxes, so we can get some egg production, poultry farming, whatever nonsense in the way, and yeah, fun times for all. These walls are just not happening. Construction inactive. Waiting for construction. Inactive, inactive, inactive. Right. We really, really, really need some more dwarves. So we do. I mean, massively. Because it is getting to be a problem. We're stacking up more and more and more jobs, and now nothing is getting done of any sort of real value. So another 16 to 40 dwarves would be very nice right about now. Come on, Armok. I'm a dedicated follower. Autosave. Apparently spring is here, if you didn't make that out. So, to be honest, I think that's a good point to leave this episode off. We got most of our new workshops built up. We dug out some more bedrooms and in preparation for a nice big migration wave, and of course we discovered that nice underground cavern, which we will exploit in the most dwarven way fashion in the next episode. But until then, this one is over. Please go away. Until next time, good luck and goodbye.